everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about what order you should complete the sections in during your ATAR WACE exams. I'm focusing specifically on English, chemistry and economics because those are 3 of the 5 subjects that I do, and the other 2 subjects are math subjects, so you don't really get an option as to which order to complete the sections in. So I'm focusing on English, chemistry and economics. However, I think you can apply the tips that I'm going to give you in this video to most subjects. So I'm going to start with English, then do chemistry, then do economics, and I will put timestamps of each of them down below in the description. So, English, we have 3 sections. We have comprehending, responding and composing. Now, obviously in any of these subjects, it's up to you which order you complete the sections in, but this is just my advice and what I normally do. So for English, I normally start with the responding section because right before the exam, I have been cramming into my head all of my quotes, trying to remember all these different essay plans, quotes, etc. So the first thing I do when writing time starts is I go to the responding section, make my essay plan, jot all my quotes down so I don't have to store them in my head any longer, and then that kind of gets me on the responding roll, you know. So I just start with my responding piece. I give myself an hour with each section and I'm quite strict on that timing, so it's not like I'm going to just spend ages rambling on in the responding section and not get onto the other ones. So make sure you don't do that either. Give yourself time constraints and stick to them. But yeah, I'll start with the responding and smash out that essay, and then I will move on to the comprehending, and I just go through the comprehending questions in order and just do the comprehending questions. I hate comprehending, but it's fine. And then the last section I do is composing, and I do think you should leave composing till last because if the worst comes to the worst and you really are running out of time, you can just smash out a story in half an hour. You can smash out something much more easily in a short space of time with little brain power for composing than you can for the other 2 sections. It doesn't require as much time as the other 2 sections, and it also doesn't require as much brain effort. You can kind of just relax and write composing. What I actually do is I memorize some composing pieces before the exam, and then I go in and just mold them to the questions that are there. So my piece is memorized anyway. Basically I have to add in and take out a few little bits to suit the question, but it's basically memorized, so I can just sit there and just write down my memorized creating piece. So the order I do English is responding, comprehending, composing. Let us move on to chemistry. In chemistry we also have 3 sections. They are, I was going to say section 1, section 2, section 3. That's not what they are. They are multiple choice, short answer, long answer. So during reading time, and I have uploaded a video on this just a couple of days ago, I'm actually filming them one after the other. I'll link that up here. It's what to do during reading time, and I say one of the things to do during your reading time for your chemistry exam is to decide which of the sections, section 2 or section 3, you know more of the answers to the questions to, and I would start your exam with that section. So let's say it's section 2. I will start the exam with section 2, work my way through all the questions I can do in section 2, move on to section 3, work my way through all the questions I can do in section 3, and then go on to the multiple choice last, because again, if you're running out of time at the end, you can just guess the last 3 multi-choice. Obviously, try and stay on a strict time limit. I just allocate my time based on the time that they suggest you allocate to each of the sections. And it says that in the exam, so I think it's 67 minutes for one of them. Anyway, it'll say that in the exam, but I just try and stick to those allocated times and do my multi-choice at the end, because if you run out of time like I did during my mock exam last week, you can just go really fast with the multiple choice questions, and if worst comes to the worst, you can guess some. And then once I've done the multiple choice during sections 2 and 3, I will leave any questions that I'm not really sure of the answer to. Once I've done both of them and done the multiple choice, I'll then go back to sections 2 and 3 and attempt the questions that I left blank or left half finished. So that is the order that I tackle the sections in for chemistry. Either section 2 or section 3 first, depending on which one you like the best, basically. So do one of them first, then the other second, and then go on to section 1 multi-choice last. That is my suggestion. And now for economics. Again, in economics there are 3 sections: multiple choice, data interpretation, which is short answers, and then extended answers. So I kind of vary it up with economics as to whether I start with section 2 or section 3. In my mock exams I started with section 3 because there are a couple of extended answer questions that I felt pretty confident on, and I just like been remembering all the facts for the EA questions, and so I just like put all those facts down on the planning sheet, and then I got on my extended answer roll and just like smashed out some extended answers, and then I went on to the data interpretation and did the data interpretation, and then I would suggest again leaving multi-choice to last, so I did that one last. But I think it's really up to you whether you want to do data interpretation or extended answer first. In all my other exams, I think I've done data interpretation first. I think that's probably the best way to go. Do data interpretation first and then extended answer, just because data interpretation kind of gets you in the swing of like writing and thinking about economics or whichever subject it is. And also maybe some of the information in the data interpretation might actually help you with your extended answers. So I think probably I'd recommend doing section 2, then section 3, then section 1. But you could also do section 3, then 2, then 1. But I would... Oh, it's gone really light in here. Making me look even more pale. But yeah, I would definitely recommend sections 2 and 3 first and go into section 1, the multiple choice, last. So that is all of the information I have for this video. I know it was quite short, but I really hope it was helpful. If it was, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up and comment down below questions for my 1000 subscriber Q&A, and also any video suggestions you have. And as always, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I know I have lots of amazing loyal subscribers, so thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed. It means the absolute world to me, and to be so close to 1000 subscribers is like crazy. So thank you very much, and if you would like to join the family, then you can subscribe down below. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!